are excited that our friends at Bosch Home Comfort are this week's sponsor of our weekly update. Ready to level up your business? Join Bosch Home Comfort Pro. When you sign up, you get exclusive deals, priority technical support, and free marketing and advertising resources. By choosing Bosch, you represent one of the largest HVAC brands in the market with more than 100 years of industry experience. Join today at boschhomecomfort.us/HCPro. Okay, as you can see, I am breaking one of fashion's cardinal rules by wearing white some 4 days after Labor Day. Well, we all hope you had a nice Labor Day weekend, as it's the unofficial day on the calendar that marks the end of summer. But how and why was Labor Day founded? Well, according to info provided by the U.S. Department of Labor, observed the first Monday in September, Labor Day is an annual celebration of the social and economic achievements of American workers. The holiday is rooted in the late 19th century when labor activists pushed for a federal holiday to recognize the many contributions workers have made to America's strength, prosperity, and well-being. Before it was a federal holiday, Labor Day was recognized by labor activists and individual states. New York was the first state to introduce a bill, but Oregon was the first to pass a law recognizing Labor Day on February 21st, 1887. During 1887, 4 more states, Colorado, Massachusetts, New Jersey, and New York, passed laws creating a Labor Day holiday. By the end of the decade, Connecticut, Nebraska, and Pennsylvania followed suit. By 1894, 23 more states had adopted the holiday, and on June 28, 1894, President Grover Cleveland signed a law making Labor Day an official holiday, and Congress passed an act making the first Monday in September of each year a legal holiday. Interestingly enough, who takes credit for initiating the holiday? Well, 2 dudes with almost identical last names are credited. Some records show that in 1882, Peter J. McGuire, M.C.G.U.I.R.E., General Secretary of the Brotherhood of Carpenters and Joiners and a co-founder of the American Federation of Labor, suggested setting aside a day for the, quote, general holiday for the laboring classes, unquote. Yet recent research seems to support the contention that Matthew McGuire, M.A.G.U.I.R.E., later the Secretary of Local 344 of the International Association of Machinists in Paterson, New Jersey, proposed the holiday in 1882 while serving as the Secretary of the Central Labor Union in New York. Whew. And you came up with the fashion rules that no white after Labor Day? Not really sure, but it could be some stupid thing where dating back 200 years in the 19th century, wealthy New Yorkers would spend their summers on vacation near the coast, wearing white outfits to stay cool. When the season was over, they pack up their outfits and return to the dirty city. Wearing white was a sign of being upper class since your outfits wouldn't get dirty while working. Once folks packed up their white outfits after Labor Day, they would stay in storage until the weather got warm again. Or it could actually be just wearing lighter colors in the summer is just cooler with the summer sun beating down on you. In any event, I say screw that and wear whatever you want. Okay, next, speaking of our sponsors, Bosch Home Comfort, take a look at an installation Eric Awney did recently on a Bosch Greentronic heat pump water heater.
All right, so we've done the Bosch Greentronic 7000T. That is the model number of this 50-gallon heat pump water heater. You can see my thermostatic mixing valve here. I'm coming off the hot outlet. Cold inlet is at the bottom there. And then we're mixing hot and cold here to deliver a safe temp to the house. We do need a thermal expansion tank on this job because there's a check valve on the main. We've got our our shut-off valve there on the cold line. So there you go. It's a little tight behind that air exchanger, sorry. Let's just look at it. So we're in hybrid mode right now, okay? What it's doing is it's going to utilize the electric heating elements and the heat pump right now. We're just trying to get it up to temp so I can set the temperature settings on the mixing valve. When we started running this about 15-20 minutes ago, it was 55 degrees. It's already up to almost 80, but we'll get this thing up to 135 degrees, set that temperature on the thermostatic mixing valve, and we'll be ready to go.
A real slick unit right there. Check out more on Mechanical Hub's YouTube page. All right, next, make sure you're checking out our weekly podcast. This week on the Appetite for Construction podcast, Tim and John talk with Ethan and Corey Silverman, cousins who work for General Pipe Cleaners. Ethan, Director of Sales for General, and Corey, Director of Operations, talk about the company's history and the path forward after celebrating 90 years in business. After the conversation, the company is in good hands for sure. Over on the Make Trades Great Again podcast, Eric and Andy discuss the complexities and challenges faced in construction projects, particularly focusing on risk management, equipment delays, and unexpected complications. They share insights from a recent project involving HVAC equipment replacement and the impact of supply chain issues on timelines and costs. The discussion emphasizes the importance of assessing risks and planning for unforeseen circumstances in the construction industry. As always, we encourage feedback from our social channels. You can check this out and more over at Plumbing Perspective and Mechanical Hub on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the socials. You can always catch up with what Eric's doing on Mechanical Hub's YouTube page. Also, we just launched the Plumbing Perspective YouTube page as well for anything in the plumbing industry. Be sure to follow our LinkedIn page as well. Keep up to date with everything plumbing, HVAC, and mechanical by subscribing to our weekly newsletter. It's free, baby. Well, that's it for this week. We'll see you next week. I hope everyone has a great weekend. See you next week.